Okay, so the question asks, number 24, from above, the corridor of a school looks like the diagram. A cat walks along the dotted line drawn in the middle of the room. How many meters does the cat walk? So let's look and let's go ahead and look at the corridor of the school over here. So what we can see is that we need to find the length of this, and of this added up all together in order to find the way. We can't just add 36 plus this length plus 28, because that will not give us the line down the middle. And the question said that the line is actually down the middle that the cat is walking on. So let's take a closer look at this. If we go ahead and look at this segment first, we will see that we will need to find this distance and then divide it by 2, because we're trying to find how long is it that this is. So we can subtract that from 40. This is the full length. We want the full length minus the little bit at the end. So we want it all the way to here, right? So we're going to first find this, and then we can divide it by 2, chop it in half, and then we will have the distance of here, which we don't need. The cat is not going to walk over there. So let's figure it out. So the bottom tells us that it's 40. Now the top, which does not include this one over here, gives us 36. So the difference between them must be this little piece over here. Let's do the math. 40 minus 36. You already know that is 4, right? 4 meters. So this is in fact 4 meters. Now we talked about how we want to divide it by 2, because we only want half of this distance, because again, we walk down the middle, right? We don't stop here. We actually walk halfway down the middle before you go. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So you have your answer. Right now, this part, that is 2 meters. So once we have that, we can get rid of this, and we can do 40 minus 2, and we will have 38 meters. So this line over here, this blue line, if I can only pull up the blue, this blue line, oh, why is it green? This blue line over here will actually be 38. Now, next we need to find out this part over here, the part about right here. Now, the funny thing about this part is it's halfway down the middle, both this way and this way. So in order to actually find this, we need to find the distance of this and this. Then we need to take 26, which is 20 plus 6, and you get this full length. So we need to get the distance of this little cross and this little cross on the top and bottom, and we need to subtract it from 26 to find the distance in the middle. So how we do that is right here. Let me get rid of that. So if you look at the top, why don't we focus on the top first? The top, we have 6 over here, right? And they walk down the middle. So half of that distance, which is where our cat is walking, must be 6 divided by 2. And if you know what 6 divided by 2 is, that would be 3. So this top distance is 3. Let's look at the bottom. The bottom distance is 8. Again, we walk down the middle. So we divide it by 2. And that would be 4. So if you have 3 over here and 4 over here, we said again that we're going to subtract it from 26, because again, this full thing is 20 meters over here plus 6 meters over here to get that full length from here all the way down here. And we're subtracting this part and this part. So 26 minus 4 minus 3, and that would be 19. Okay. Now don't forget, we said down here that, let me not get rid of it. We have 19 on this side, and then we had 40 minus 38 down here. 2 equals 38 down here. So we have we're 2/3 way through. Okay, we're 2/3 way through. We have this, we have this. Now we just need the one over here. What's this? That's interesting. Not what I'm looking for though. The red part over here. Now this part is like the first part. We just need to figure out, well, what is the distance of this? Because we don't want that part. We know that the full thing is 28, but we actually don't want this little bit. So in order to actually find that out, we need to subtract. Surprise, surprise. So if we subtract 28 plus 36, we get the distance of the full thing all the way across. So that is what's being calculated here. And by the way, that equals, if you have a calculator or a helpful mental math whiz brain, this would be 64 meters, this whole red thing. Now we need to subtract that from, we need to subtract 40 from that. Because why? Because we have this bit over here that we need. Now this red thing is equal to this. Remember, okay, so it's getting a little messy. Let me clear it up a little bit. Remember how we want this bit in order to find out the difference of this, right? And then we can divide it by 2 and subtract it from 28 like we did with all the other ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly what I said, 64 minus 40, and you will get 24. So we have 24 there. Remember what we do usually? We divide it by 2. We subtract it from 28 because we want to find the difference. So now, let me get rid of this. Now we just have this bit and this bit, and their difference would be this, the length of this. So it would be this. So let me make that a little more clear. So exactly what we're looking for is this difference over here. Now, if you subtract this with this, you will get this, okay? So in numbers, that would look like 28 minus, what was the number we just found? 24, right? And that would be 4. Now, remember, you need 4 to be divided by 2 because we want half of it because the cat walks down the middle. So you would have 2 meters for this tiny bit over here, this tiny bit, or this tiny bit. They're the same distance because the cat walks down the middle. So now we get rid of all this unneeded jargon and we, oh, not that. We drag this over here. So the next step would be subtracting that from 28 because the cat walks from here all the way here. So that's almost 28, just minus this little part. And we just found what this little part is. It's 2 meters. So let us do that now. 28 minus 2, that'd be 26 meters. Okay, so now we have the meters for all these. Oh, did I just delete all of them? Well, I hope you have been taking notes or keeping track, but if you don't, never fear. Remember for here, we did 40 minus 38. 2, that's 38. For here, we did 26 minus 3 minus 4, and that would be 19. So now if you add everything up for the total length of the entire way that the cat has walked, you would add 38 plus 19 plus 26, and that, my friends, according to my calculation, would be 83. So we now have one answer, 83. And if you see the convenient little answer over here, that is equal to 83. So that is our answer. E is our answer.